Hi friends, Reverend Katie here, back with day 18 of our Advent devotional series, The Weary World Rejoices by Kate Bowler. And we are in the third week of Advent, so we have lit our hope, our peace, and our joy candle this week. We are in the theme of the promise of restoration. And our title today is Ordinary and Extraordinary Miracles. And Kate talks to us about Jesus' life on earth, how he knew physical pain, hunger, thirst, and cried real tears. He lived real hardship, real grief. And she talks about Sarah Bessey in her book, Miracles and Other Reasonable Things. And it tells how a serious car accident changed so much in her understanding of living in a human body, especially one that breaks. She wrote, "We are made in the image of God, communal by creation, and my body isn't an impediment to knowing and following and embracing God. It's part of the whole redemption. It is also redeemed, blessed by the incarnation all over again. Even my body, as it now stood, both healed and unhealed, was blessed." She talks about the challenges we share when it comes to hoping and praying for healing, even when it doesn't happen, and how we hold that humanness in our hands of both grief and hope at the same time. That there are always glimpses of restoration that are coming and have already begun. Kate bids that we have eyes to see both the ordinary and extraordinary miracles along the way. And our first question is, can you think of any ordinary miracles in your life? Things that make you pause with wonder. Can you remember specific moments when the natural world awakened a sense of curiosity or awe within you? Well, truth be told, when she said natural world, I immediately thought of trees and my connection when I am laying underneath one or against one. Trees are an incredible grounding thing, part of the natural world that I am always in curiosity and awe of. But I think she meant the lived experience of just being human. And I remember when I was at my lowest, when I was in junior high, and I was at such a low that I was in therapy. And you don't need to be at such a low to get therapy. Therapy at any point in life is good. But I was at a point when it was a real necessity. And I remember my psychologist and I were talking, and she had asked me if I had ever read the poem by Mary Oliver, That Summer Day. And she read it to me, and the last line has stuck with me my entire life to the point where I keep a copy on my wall. "Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" And those words, one wild and precious life, have been carried with me for a long time because it reminds us that even at the lowest of our low, this is one beautiful, blessed life given to us by God. And even at its lowest and hardest points, it is still precious. Our second question today is, Sarah talks about joy and sorrow as feelings that can be experienced alongside one another. How do you see the contrasts affecting one another in your own life? I think laughing and crying is a probably pretty good example of that, when it's either in relief or remembering something precious that also makes you feel sad. I think the word bittersweet really shows how those emotions are held together so frequently. And I'm feeling it a little extra this season, so I hope however you're holding your joy and your sorrow together, that you can carry them well, knowing God is beside you for each and every part of the journey. And Kate asks us to respond by going for a sensory holiday in a place that awakens wonder. A walk in a nearby forest or park, taking time to sit and stare at the Christmas tree and every ornament. Or make your favorite holiday treat and really savor it. Or while you are doing a necessary errand or chore, notice the details of what your body is sensing. Just for an hour, give yourself the freedom to simply see and hear and touch Are there any ordinary miracles here? Well, I think I might just go find one of those lobster trap Christmas trees. I always find looking at the work is a miracle in itself, but even just standing outside in awe reminds me that there are ordinary, wonderful, miraculous things happening in the world. My friends, before we go, a blessing for the glimpses. Only in fleeting glimpses do we see it, God, the coming of your kingdom, the scented lilac, the velvet of new grass. And let's be honest, I am sometimes bowled over by the smell of fresh laundry. I don't even mind. Then there's the ever so familiar slope of shoulder, the curve and tilt of that beloved head, so particular to one story only. The remembrances that ache a little because of what we've lost and what we've gained. The people who are radiant with love given and receive. All that has been done that is thoughtful or brave or gentle or just simply very competent. Sometimes that's more than enough. All these glimpses remind us that everything in the world that is good is actually from you. And that because of this, we know there will be more. Promises fulfilled, restoration complete. Come, Lord Jesus. Or as we've been singing in church, Maranatha, come, Lord Jesus, come. All right, my friends, I will see you here tomorrow for day 19. And until then, I bid you a wonderful and blessed good night.